Hi, my name is Charlotte Davis, and this is Empowering You. 10 minutes to grow by, 10 minutes to be inspired, 10 minutes to be enlightened, 10 minutes to be encouraged, and 10 minutes to be empowered, and 10 minutes to be incredible, to go on and be incredible. Today, we want to continue on with what we've been talking about this weekend. We've been talking about setting yourself or being set. And the first night we talked about setting yourself, knowing who you are, as opposed to who you should be. And a lot of times we don't, first of all, we don't know who we are. And then the next thing is we don't know who we should be. And we need to align those. And for us to know who we are, gotta go back to the manufacturer. Who made us? Whose image are we made into? Whose likeness were we made into? God breathed into us the breath of life. He knows us. He created us. He created us from the dust of the ground. So, like he told Jeremiah, before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. So, if we go back to the manufacturer, my mother made me. No, your mother was the carrier of who you are. Your mother and your father produced the seed that God created from the beginning of the earth. He knew who you would be. They were the catalyst, or the the precipitous. I don't know if that's the right word, but they precipitated your life. They got you here. But God knew who you were. God was the manufacturer from the beginning. He knew who you were. So if you want to know who you are, you got to go back to the manufacturer. You got to go back to God and ask him who you are. You can talk with mentors. You can sit down with people who know you, who've seen your likes, who've seen your dislikes, who have gone along with you, and they kind of get a feel as to who you are. You can go to them, but ultimately, that confirmation of what they say has to be God breathed. You have to know that you know that who you are through God and who you should be. Because a lot of times when we know who we are, we also need to know, are we lining up with who we are with who we should be? Are they connected together? Are they coming together? And that's what we talked about the first night. The second night we talked about allowing yourself to be you. And also, let me not forget, knowing your self-image, knowing your worth, knowing the first night, knowing your self-image, knowing your worth, knowing not letting your emotions run you, but allowing yourself to grow up in your self-worth, to grow up in your self-image, and to be your ideal self, which is who you are and who you should be. And not putting yourself down, not pretending, not trying to push your way, not trying to be something that you ain't, not dealing with rejection, but resting and setting yourself in you. Okay. And we moved on from that. Last night we discussed allowing yourself to be you. Allow yourself. A lot of times we don't like us. We really don't. We don't like who God made us. And that is a slap in the face of God. Really. I have learned to like me, like my legs, like my body, like my shape, like everything that I hated about myself because of what people said about me, how I thought I looked, how the image of the world, or men especially. Men like certain things, so you say, well, I ain't got that. So I don't think I'm not secure or confident in who I am. But everybody don't like the same stuff. All men don't like the same thing. God created you, whoever God created you for, or when you learn to be yourself, it don't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. You learn. And then when it doesn't matter, you start to like yourself a lot more. When it don't matter, all that stuff, well, It doesn't matter. And you begin to look at yourself and go, hey, I ain't bad after all. I'm pretty good. But you go into self-discovery. You learn to know yourself, to thine own self be true. You learn your likes, not only your dislikes, but you learn exactly who you are. You go on a reevaluation trip and you reevaluate the things that you've allowed to stick you. And we're going to talk about that a little further. The things that you've allowed to stunt your growth, the things that you've allowed to keep you from moving forward. Those things, those mindsets, those things, you literally have to renew your mind. The Bible talks about renewing your mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and the renewing of your mind comes from the Word. Also, you can get books and things and use those tools to grow by. God created men and women on this earth, psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, to help us. If you don't have that, go to Him and fall on your face and ask God, who am I? Help me to get out of this stuck mode. Help me. And I sure as I am sitting here, if you cry out to God, He's going to help you. He will. He'll help you change. He'll help you grow. If you cry out to Him, He'll help you change. So that's the last part I want to talk about, is breaking the mold. Now, Charlotte, you just talked about setting myself and how we're molded by our past and our past experiences. There are a lot of things in us that need to be broken. A lot of things that we've allowed to mold us and shape us and make us who we are. Hurts of the past can make us angry. Hurts of the past can stunt our growth. So we need to break that in our lives and learn to, the Bible says, be angry and sin not. Don't let our anger cause us to sin. Don't let our anger cause our mouths to get us in trouble. And that takes discipline and work, and discovering those things, your triggers, discovering those things that make you go off, discovering those things that hurt you. Trust me. Going on a self-discovery is not easy. Reevaluating the things that hold you back, and it may hurt. And a lot of times it's not outside things, it's what's in us. Our fears, our insecurities, our lack of self-worth. Our lack of self-worth. And those are the things that we need to evaluate and reevaluate, the things that have made us become stuck. And that is part of breaking the mold. But Charlotte, how do I become free? You take it one step at a time. You might fall back, but you start progressing in your self-discovery. You start progressing and knowing who you are. To your own self be true. You learn to be true to you. You learn to be true to your likes. You learn the word no. You learn the word no. You learn the word no, I can't do that because that's not who I am. You learn to be you. You learn to be your wonderful self. You learn to like you. You learn to like you. You learn to grow. You learn to grow. You learn. It's a discovery. It can be challenging, and it hurts. It hurts when you come face to face with the things that you've held yourself back as. It hurts. And you wonder, and a lot of times we've wasted so much time trying to be someone who we're not, or running from who we actually are, or staying stuck in things that aren't helping us grow. So we need to reshape and break the mold and go out there and be incredible. Have a great day. I'll be back soon.